All right, let's do it. We are here for the second live for today. I have jammed everyone in because I'm away overseas tomorrow, and I wanted to make sure I shared this with you. All right, so Sam is going to come on and join me. I'm going to just add her in. Okay. On. So once Sam has joined, yay. Okay, great. Hello, Sam. We did it.
We did it.
Yay. See, easy. Look, we've almost got matching glasses. We actually could have matching glasses.
We could. My daughter calls these my serial killer glasses because she thinks I look like old man in
Yeah,
in the 70s.
I know what you mean. We could
The
actually be
light
pretty
we
much in
didn't
there.
hear. We should have done this in the morning because this light is not.
Ah, too dark. Ah, well, you're my second live today. I'm just, throwing them out there because I wanted to make sure I shared this information, and this was just when everyone could do it today. So here we are. Now, those of you who don't know what this is going to be about, this is all about how to use manychat in a way that maybe, people don't realize that they can use. And the reason, obviously, we've known each other for a little while, and you work with clients on Facebook ads as a specialty and really helping them nail their Facebook ad strategy, how to do that themselves, and also you manage for them as well. Is that right in saying that?
Yeah. So I have premium clients where I do like what I would call a full service ad management thing. And
Yep.
then I also have, do it yourself where I support people who are running their own ads and some other exciting things coming out to support people to do that. So they're the main two ways I work with people.
Yeah, amazing. And mostly with e-com brands, or a lot of e-com brands as well, right?
Yeah, I
Or retail slash
have a
product
spread.
businesses.
Yeah, I have a spread. I have e-com businesses, definitely. But then I also have people who sort of do courses and digital creators and stuff like that.
Yeah, cool. And now the reason I've got you on here today especially is because I've just been looking at your stories. So you have been sharing some awesome stories and some awesome flows of how to use manychat. And just for those who don't know, maybe just explain a little bit, what manychat even is, because some people might not even know that.
Yeah, so manychat is automation, particularly like we probably know it here in Australia mostly as automations built into DMs or messengers.
Mm-hmm.
Message. So if
Yep.
you've ever seen a post where it says comment XYZ below to get my blah blah, and you comment, the automation that kicks off after that in the DMs is more than likely a manychat driven sequence because it's an approved Instagram product. So most people are
Mm-hmm.
using
Yep.
that particular platform.
And it just really, it keeps people in the DMs, right? Like as opposed to setting them off to another link, it's opposed to setting them off to somewhere else and setting them off to an external website.
Yeah, so I have to say from the get-go that manychat is just another tool. It's just another tactic. It's
Mm-hmm.
not in itself going to be the savior of your business or blow up your sales, or it's not a magic thing. It's just
Yes.
another way to grow engagement on your socials. And I'm talking to product based people here. So another reason to talk about your product in a way that engages consumers. So it's like make $1 million with manychat next month. It's another tool. Yeah.
Everyone's always looking for a magic pill, right? As we both know, because you get it when people just go, I just want to do Facebook ads and then everything will be fine. And then I working with clients going, well, I don't think you should do Facebook ads yet until you've got these things right. And same thing, like it's, there's many parts to it, as you just said, and it's not just one thing, but it can really aid and it can be really great for that customer journey to sort of get to know them better.
Completely right. So the
Mm.
whole thing about selling products is that an old-fashioned kind of sales process still happens. So back in the day, before we sold online and before we had supermarkets, you'd put your shop on a street that had a lot of foot traffic,
Mm-hmm.
right? So people would see,
Yeah.
and you'd have a great shop front. So people would know instantly what you did. And the whole thing was to get people to step into your store so a sales clerk could have a sales conversation, right? That's
Yeah.
how sales in some way, shape, or another, that's how it works. all we do now is we do that online, and all manychat is another way to get people to step inside the shop, because all they're doing is having a conversation with
Yeah.
you, right?
Yeah.
This is another way to engage them to step into that shop.
Mm-hmm.
It's another way to track that foot traffic to look at your store.
Yeah.
It's just another tool. So manychat, you'll see it can be used in a lot of different ways. What I have been playing with, and I do say playing because this is not me hanging my shingle out as the
No.
manychat guru
No.
high of Australia,
Yeah.
but I've been playing with like doing things like product selection tools. So having clients, one of my clients is they are art. Their product is based around art, and it's
That's one
just
I think I used a screenshot of that I'd see. Yes. So yeah, you talk through what you sort of did in that instance.
them, and this is in consultation with them, and they're very trusting, and I go, hey, I've got this weird idea, and they go, yeah, let's do it.
Give it a go.
So
Yeah.
what we built is a product selection tool. So it's like, hey, do you need help choosing art for your house? Because it can be overwhelming for some people. They're like, yeah, it looks good for you, but I always pick the crap stuff. And ask them a few questions about their lifestyle, and then each flow leads eventually through to a different carousel. So think swipey
Yeah.
things of product that is directly linked to Shopify.
Yeah. Okay. And so it's almost like a bit of a quiz, would you say? Like it's sort of set up that way?
Or way more 2024 sexy than a quiz. It's better. With quiz, don't need to know, what zoo animal we are. We need to know what thing we want to
Yep.
buy from you. And so
Yep.
this just makes the buying journey easier, right? So the obvious benefit is you get to show product to your peoples in a funner way. That's a word. And then at the end of the sequence, and this is that client has been a massive influence on me because I'm a salesperson, right? I want to go straight for the sale. I want the email. I want it to happen. No, we want to give value first. And I love them for that. So we actually give it the results in that sequence. You would love these. And only then is there a delay. And then we ask them, hey, do you want a discount? And it's the same discount you get at their site. So we didn't have to build any new things. And to get a discount, we collect an email.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not, as you say, it's not just going straight for the kill of here, give me your email and yeah. And I guess that's where I think that is such an important thing now as well for brands to start building. Like you've got to build that give. Oh, it's I think the old Gary Vee, I've still got the book from years ago, like that jab, 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 right hook. Like you can't just go straight for the right hook and try and, get that there. It's like give, share, service, give some information, and then, hey, if you want to, we're here.
Yeah. So it creates that lovely engagement piece. It gets people to the website potentially. It offers them the same discount, but offers them a discount, which allows you to email collect from them. Now, the thing with manychat is, so I did mention it was Instagram approved, right?
Yep.
And that's because it complies with all the spam laws. And one of the spam laws is you are not allowed to re-engage someone after 24 hours unless you meet specific parameters. So you now just can't broadcast them next week and go, all our toilet paper's on sale. You can't. manychat will block it. You can't spam people. Think and go, all right, what do I want to get from this interaction? So if we get them to hit a website, they're now in our warm funnel audiences because they visited the website. If we get an engagement, as in they respond to the chat and come through, they're an audience of people who've messaged our page. So we can run an ad to that. If we get an email, they're on our email list. Great, we can market to them from them. But we can't see this as I can now spam this person forever. You have to really think through, and this is where I see people fail. And if you want to go, I've got a few tips around that with manychat. You've got to be strategic around it. So are we audience building? Are we building engagement? Is this a lead magnet? Or, is there something else in the sequence that we need to build in?
Yeah. And so manychat gives you ideas, right, on what to do. But what would you say, like, just someone starting out or someone having a look at it, like, where would they? It doesn't have to be as extensive as yours to get going, right? Like you've hit to some pretty cool maps that you've created in there.
My other clients, and this was a really, it was such an easy concept, and she's so clever. So they're quite a big brand, and these
Yeah.
two, as I've got to preference this, full disclosure, they both have more than 10,000 followers on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram. So everything I'm saying, just know that have
Yeah.
that in your head. Um, so my other client has a once a year sale that is huge. It already was going to happen, and all we did was offer people an hour early access.
Mm-hmm.
An organic post saying this is coming. If you want this, you need to comment below.
Yeah.
It sequence, meeting all the rules that we're supposed to meet, but to get early access, you had to share your email. So it was more, email was our plan.
Purpose. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, and then it gave you instructions on what was going to happen in your email, and then a link to do some pre-shopping shopping. So we got them to the site, we hit the site, we got an email, we got engagement.
Yeah.
And so when you say easier, it doesn't have to be this multi-flow thing. It could just be, do you want early access? If you know you've got to have something sexy, right? Think of
Mm-hmm.
it like a lead magnet. No one's going to comment if you are offering them the same bloody thing I can get from going to their website in
Yeah.
the first 3 seconds.
Yeah.
It's
It's got to
got,
be something different.
right? Yeah. And when they comment, you can purely just deliver that value to them and have it as an email or take them to your site or whatever. But if you know you've got a product that everyone loves, it's your main seller, and you can do something and give them something that other people don't have and they've just got a comment for it, that would be beautiful to get them onto a list and then run ads to anyone who engaged with your account in that period and drop the ads of that product when it launches. Does that
In
make
Yeah, yeah, okay. And so it's really that how to use like manychat's like just as you say, it's another tool to help with your um when you if you are doing Facebook ads, all those other aspects because yeah, as you say, if you're not just doing it to cold people, that's a completely separate sort of type of ad that you might be running. But it's about doing it to warm people who have either engaged with you on the Instagram, on your website, or have added their email at some stage.
create warm people? So the art client, we know from me and my best AI friend analyzing a lot of their data, because I love
Yeah.
AI. Surprisingly, and if anyone's on or watches this that has an e-com store, you're probably going to be surprised. Their main sales come from top of funnel,
Hmm.
and their main first interaction. So we actually
Right.
more top of funnel with them. We run stuff
Yeah.
at top of funnel because we know that about the customer. They
Mm.
form because of the interaction, and we get to then offer them other things. But it's about adapting these strategies to what works for you,
Mm.
your audience. Where do they want this thing? How could I describe it as being something that they're going to want? A really easy one I did, one of the first ones I did, is a recipe. So a client regularly shared a recipe on her Instagram. They
Yeah.
always popular. It was something they just gave away. We showed snippets of the recipe and said, comment to get a copy. We gave
Yeah.
them a copy in the DMs and then said, do you want us to email this to you for safekeeping? And they said yes, because we're giving them to do that. That's a
I love
really
that. I'm obsessed with recipes on Instagram and TikTok and share so much with my kids. Like I'm like, here, this one, here, this one. You should make this. Let's combine that together. That is such a good one. So yeah, you're sort of giving away enough, but then it's easier because I screenshot, like the recipes and the captions, and it's just annoying. I would much prefer to have that actually sent to me in email and then I can keep it and know what it is and stuff like that too, and research for it again. Love that. Okay, so other things for e-commerce. I think you did you do a shoe brand or something too? Like what was the other one that you had?
that was a monster. I needed to lay down after that one. So shoe, it's along the vibe of find the perfect shoe for you. So this is female over 50, maybe over 55 demographic. It's e-com, have a brick and mortar store. And so this was about finding the perfect fit for you. And the sequence talks about, like, what is your priority? Is it fashion? Is it specific, foot concerns? Is it durability? Is it value? And then so each option leads into another option for them to choose, which again leads to a product selection.
So it's sort of like filtering down for them. So instead of having hundreds of options on the website, it's going, these are your top 5 to 10, whatever's in the carousel. That's so good, because that's the thing, like, it's analysis paralysis, right? When you go onto a website and there's so much to choose from, having that be specific, and even it'd be so good for gifts and stuff too. Like, that'd be a great option to have it. Mother's Day, I mean, yeah.
Exactly. The only other thing I would sort of preference around that, be upfront and say this is a tool. So the other thing will make mistakes with manychat, and I've actually had talks to lots of business owners and they go, oh, I tried manychat but it doesn't feel personal. And I get it, but these kind of tools are not meant to be you. They're not meant to be a human. In fact, one of my own business, I haven't launched it yet because I've been so busy building everyone else, actually itself as Pancake, the ads for breakfast growth manager. So it's not talking to Sam, because I hate that feeling when you start having a conversation and you realize it's a bot and you're like, oh, this is crap.
So best
person.
Yeah, be upfront. Okay. So even like give it a name type of thing as well. Like, this is who it is. Oh, yeah.
We know we're not dumb. We've become au fait websites and bots here, and now there's a voice bot that you can actually make phone calls and build in scripts and all sorts of stuff, right? Just be honest with people so they're not left feeling like, oh, I thought I was talking to Mel and this is just an automation. So that can help people feel more comfortable with a manychat sequence. And also, like me, if you're a one-man band, because this is great if you're a massive brand, but if it's just you can build in a handoff to a human. So give people a button every couple of questions and say, I want to talk to a human. And in my business, I don't want to sound weird, but in my business, that kicks off a zap that sends me a message in Slack and says, there's a human DMs that wants to talk to you, because otherwise it all gets marked as like I actually can't see the messages.
That's cool. I love that. So we're going next level now, but I'm obsessed by Zapier too. I think you probably know that as well. But so yeah, using Zapier, which is another software connector, just to trigger something else. That's probably a whole other talk that we could have. But
option. I just wanted to say it doesn't have to be this like, oh yeah, it's great if you've got a big brand and you're using one of those plug-in customer service. It doesn't have to just be them. Handing off to a human can work in other ways as well. So some DMs and they actually want to talk to you and they've tried the product selector and they've got to something, but they want to know if their mum, who is blah, 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 could still use this shoe. Give them the option. And if you're away, give them the option to know, I've gotten an email from you and I'll come back to you in blah, blah. Like, they're the mistakes I see people make. They're trying to fake a human interaction. Just be upfront. Or it's an AI assistant or it's a bot, like, just tell us. We're not dumb. This is all around marketing intelligently, that I think just sell to people like they're not dumb.
But and I think that's it. Like, make it obvious and share that you're trying to help them. Like, this is going to help you go through this process. I think as well. So just so that if people haven't done any, I think they should just start with manychat, just like having a play with it, giving it a go. And I would highly recommend choosing a word that's very specific, because a couple of mine that I've set up, which I need to change now, like a word that people DM me a lot, so it sends off my auto messages, and I'm like, no. I had one that said best, and so then a few people have said, anyway, just be very specific in what, if you're going to use a word for setting off an automation. But then like, you obviously didn't start this manychat sort of sequence first. The first one, you've played with it a little while to get to this point where you've got lots of stuff going on.
started where everyone starts, where it's comment below to get my, and it was
Yeah.
here's the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's the other problem. Like it's just it's more than a one and done. Treat this as a funnel. We all know what funnels means, or the fact that you get
Yeah.
all the people top to get enough in the middle to get enough down the bottom to buy, right?
Yeah.
So treat it like that funnel where it has a beginning and a middle and an end and gives people options.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And yeah, start off with it can do the auto replies. Let's say, for example, where it's like someone replies to store, if someone says something in stories or mentions you, it auto messages. Like it gives you tools, manychat, and it's gonna get better and better. I feel like there's blog community, there's more and more people showing what it can do.
yeah, there's so many ways to use it. But I think if you can, the main things I see is people trying to pretend it's human. That's
Mm,
that. I mean, maybe that's a personal irk for me. But we also know, right, that one of the ways that Instagram rates quality content, one of the ways is comments, amount of
mm,
comments, and how soon people comment. So
mm.
even there's a strategy around getting more exposure on socials, like which box do you want to tick with this tool, and then aim it towards that, if that makes sense. Again,
Yeah,
having a
yeah, yeah, yeah. So having like everyone is going to be slightly different. I think that's where do you have your ones that you've showed that I saw? Do you have them in highlights or anything so you can sort of show people what sort of things you've been doing?
No. Do you know what? Like, I didn't know anyone was going to care.
See, you just never know who's watching,
I,
right?
I literally built that first one, and it was a ball because it was so big, and I was like, that is really cool. And I just shared what actually just happened. I've got people who want me to do their ads. I've had people like this want me to talk about manychat. I've had others ask me to build things. I've
Yeah.
had existing clients to do, all from about 4 stories I
Yeah.
shared. And so I'm not even organized to go, here's what I built.
Yeah.
I did build them all as templates because I've gotten a bit smarter, which means I can share anybody's account, which means one of the things coming could be buying
Yeah.
templates from me. That
I think that's a great idea. It's just that barrier to some people is how to do it. And if you've been practicing that, and this is where people, yeah, no, like I don't know how much they're going to be, but it's so worth the time that you've put in hours, right, to get it ready. And then someone else could just buy the template from you. It's worth the money to spend on stuff like that. So if people are listening going, yes, Sam, I want you to do it for me, that will be coming. We'll just put it out there.
yeah, it will definitely be coming, because now that I realize that it's something people want, and I actually built an AI bot last year, and it made me cry. It pushed me to the point of my brain capacity,
Mm,
and bot was a bit of a bummer. Like it didn't do what I
yeah,
wanted. And I feel like this manychat stuff, I prepped my brain to be able to do this from
by
that.
doing that. Yeah.
That's why it seems so easy. Because the other thing I want to make sure everyone knows is you build these with no coding,
Mm,
no like coding experience, or you don't have to have any of that. If you can build an email sequence in Klaviyo for
mhm,
abandoned, and you can build a manychat, it's
mm.
all plug and play. It's
Yeah,
probably,
they make it easy to drag and stuff like that, isn't it? Yeah.
and so I think where we're getting with this, in summary, is websites feel bloated. They
Mhm,
feel like they've got all this stuff, whether you're a course creator, a digital content creator, or an e-com store. Websites feel bloated, and who wants to be clicking around
mm,
finding? You can make it easier through manychat, product selectors, or a bot on your site, or some sort of automation that helps people get to what they want quicker. I
mm,
honestly think you'll see an uplift, because part of us now is that we've got so much choice on these websites, and we fall down these rabbit holes and we're
mm.
lost, abandoned cart. life happens. But if you can make it, I've got to buy shoes for my mum. Yep, she wants that. Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
And you make that selection, or gifts, like you were saying, or Mother's Day. It just removes the barrier for people to do business with you that
Yeah.
little bit more.
Yeah, I love that. And I hadn't really thought it through as well before I even contacted you, but how that connection between the retargeting slash, Facebook obviously adds different levels of what you're doing, how it worked together. But that is just so crucial because as you say, it can be anywhere in the funnel and they can come into it that way as well. So you sort of tapping into it in different areas.
If they've engaged with the account, that's an audience that you can market to. And engage means all sorts of things. And yeah, people might go, oh, but they were already following me. Like if you've ever ran an Instagram account over 10K and seen how low the actual engagement is, a follower, not a guaranteed purchaser. If this is one way to get them off the bench and into the game with you, then isn't that a good thing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like give it a go, give it a try, and I think that's where, start small, start just sort of testing it out and using it, and see what you can get. And I think, as you say, people will start to bring out more templates or ways to use it easier. So they definitely should follow you to make sure that they can see what's coming and see how it works together for what different ways you can start to do things. Just get out. Sorry, my son's just coming in. Like he really needs to come in right now.
Like it always happens when I get on and do.
Oh my God. I mean, 2 lives today. I knew something was going to happen, but anyway. All right. So manychat, give it a go. Use it, as you say, like have an idea of why you're using it, strategy, but definitely use it in a way to help your customer find the things that they are looking for faster and easier, service them, give them, and sometimes you're going to want the email, but it's also maybe just about helping them to, have that journey with you be faster and quicker. And maybe they don't buy it now, but then they'll come back later, sort of thing as well.
And if you're looking for inspiration, some of this stuff will be more about having a bot on a website, but same principle. If you Google like L'Oreal and AI, I think it's L'Oreal, and have a look at stats around what their AI bot on their website was able to convert for them.
Wow.
And
Okay.
Google big brands and AI and think about, okay, that's this massive brand and that's a bot on their website. But what it did was help people find the perfect shade of lipstick, I want to say. I could be misremembering. And that's what kicked my brain to go, I could do a product selector in manychat. So go look at some hard data, because I'm not someone who likes to spruik theories. I actually go and look whether it works. Go and do some Googling. L'Oreal had an excellent one. There was a few around that, again, it was bots on the website, but it might give you some inspiration for your own manychat.
Okay, cool. And also just on that, a tech question I just thought of at the end, when you get to that end carousel, is that carousel hosted in manychat or is that somewhere else? The product selector.
Perfect world, it links directly to Shopify, like a Shopify. Imagine just pulling in a collection of Mother's Day stuff right there. But alas, it doesn't. You can get super, super techie, like way beyond me, and get it to connect, but I physically built the carousel. So you actually have a carousel card, bring in an image of the product, put a title, put a link directly to your Shopify store. So the carousels are sitting in manychat.
Okay, so they're in manychat. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And that's where, starting off, you might just have, a few different choose your adventure links, but as you grow, you might add more and more to it, like you have in terms of the depth of it, or choose your own adventure was quite a, when I saw yours, I was like, wow, mind blowing, love it. So good.
Yeah. So another way to engage, another way to have people active on your stuff, hitting the website, building all those audiences. So there's all those, as an ads manager, I'm always thinking about what data point can I then use this for? So that's the actual other benefit.
Yeah. Amazing. So good. Thank you. I'm looking forward to, is there anything else you want to share? I think we've covered most of the stuff for people now.
I don't want to get to, like, I could nerd out right now.
You can, you can.
Get to here and just start snoring. So I'm not gonna, but I just want to make people feel like there's a plethora of options with it. You don't need to code. You can start with anything, start with one of their automations and just see what happens, because other than paying for the account, I think the starter account is $15 a month.
I was gonna say $14.99 or something like that.
I don't,
Yeah.
but that's what it is. Other than paying for the account, this is all around organic posting too. So these are things you're just going to post into your audience, and then you could boost them with some ad spend. But yeah, this is a good, I feel like it's a nice taste tester for e-com store owners to see if that would work for them.
Yeah. Great. Love it. Thank you so much for sharing. And I look forward to seeing more stories from you and what potentially else could come. So please share whenever you are working on something like this again and again.
I definitely will now. And so, yeah, if people just follow me over at Ads for Breakfast, as I actually turn this stuff into something that I can share, they'll be able to see it all.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Well, I'll share this as you as a collaborator too, so then you can have it on your post, your story as well, your feed. Amazing. Thanks so much, Sam. I'm super excited to hear what people think and who gives it a go. And yeah, look forward to seeing what things I can do with it.
Awesome. And I just did my first live,
Yay!
and I didn't do anything.
How was it? All good? No problems.
Aaron, I didn't swear.
You've done well. All right, amazing. Thanks, Sam. Okay, bye.